Hello and welcome to Next IAS English. Today we are going to talk about a very important issue, but before that let me tell you that my throat is not good at all today. It's not in a good shape, so excuse me for that. But as we always say, that preparation shouldn't stop, so here we are discussing another topic. The topic is again very highly important for international relations as well as border security perspective. So the topic is that recently Nepal has issued a new currency, a 100 rupee note, and in which they have redrawn, in which they have taken a map which includes few parts, few portions of India, and it has become again a big concern for India. So let us understand why, but before that let us understand the UPSC relevance of this topic. So this topic is highly relevant for UPSC examinations, as in GS paper 2, India neighborhood relations, border management, again important. GS paper 1, political geography, boundaries and maps. For GS paper 3, internal security, strategic border regions, it becomes very important. And for prelims, here are some of the key words that you need to study. So rivers, passes, Treaty of Sugauli, map-based MCQs, and for mains, India-Nepal diplomatic issues, unilateral cartographic assertions. You can also take a screenshot of this page, and these are the keywords that you need to understand, that you need to go through before studying the topic, or after studying the topic also you can understand that. Moving forward, let us understand the background of the topic, why this topic has raised concerns, and what is the news first, and then we will understand the background. So the news is that recently Nepal Rastra Bank introduced new 100 rupee currency. Okay, a 100 rupee currency note which featured a revised national map, which has a new national map, and the map includes Kalapani, Lipulekh and Limpiyadhura, the territories that it's India's own, and Nepal has raised claims on the territory. These territories they have included in the map, and the date that has been printed in the note is 2081 BS, and which means 2024 CE, and the only 100 rupee note carries the map, and this map also features Mount Everest, rhododendron, this is a plant species, Ashoka Pillar, and a rhino. And this has raised concerns for India because India and Nepal has had border issues over these regions. Just let me show you the map first. Yeah, so for these regions, Lipulekh, Kalapani and this Kali river, it becomes very significant, this river, and then Limpiyadhura pass. So this has raised concerns because for border security, because Nepal has done this, taken this weird step, and let us understand what India's take is on all this. So first let us understand the background of the issue. The background of the issue starts with from where the river Kali originates. So somewhere here there is the river Kali, and the dispute is all about the river Kali. India-Nepal dispute centers on the origin of this river Kali, also known as the Mahakali river, and there was a treaty of Sugauli in 1816. Now the territory east of Kali, Nepal, and west to India. Now the east Kali river was given to Nepal and the west Kali river was given to India in this treaty. Now the disagreement arises on the true source of river Kali. Now where does this river originate? That arises some disagreements. India identifies the river source near Kalapani, and thus Kalapani, Lipulekh, Limpiyadhura fall within India's Uttarakhand Pithoragarh district. So India says that the source of this river is somewhere near Kalapani, and all these, that is why, and because Kalapani, Lipulekh and Limpiyadhura falls under India's Uttarakhand Pithoragarh district, that is why this river comes under our jurisdiction. But Nepal argues that the river begins at Limpiyadhura, hence claims the tri-region, and the Nepal claims that the river begins here in Limpiyadhura, and that is why the whole region is Nepal's. Now, this is how the whole background of the issue. Let us understand India's position in all this. So, Kalapani, Lipulekh and Limpiyadhura are integral parts of India. India has always had this stance that these are our parts, and that is true. These are our parts. They are all from Uttarakhand, and India rejects Nepal's revised map as unilateral and not based on historical facts. India says that this map is unilateral and is not based on historical facts, states that the region has been under Indian administrative control for decades. And that is true. This region has been in the control of India's administrative control for decades now, and this advocates resolution through dialogue and established mechanisms. So as India always does, has always done, advocated dialogue and established mechanisms. So that is the India's position for now. Let us understand Nepal's position in all this. So Nepal claims that Limpiyadhura as a river's origin asserts right over the entire tri-region. Nepal says that the river Kali originates from Limpiyadhura, and that is why the whole region of Kalapani, Limpiyadhura and Lipulekh falls under Nepal. In 2020, Nepal issued a political map including these areas, later passed by its parliament. Now its parliament also passed this map. In 2020 this happened. And now this reflects same map on the new 100 rupee currency note as a symbol of territorial claim. Okay, so that is how it is, and this says move is based on historical and cartographic interpretation. Now Nepal says that this move is based on historical facts, as India claimed that this is not based on historical facts. Nepal says that this is based on historical and cartographic interpretation. So this is what Nepal's stance is right now in this whole issue. Now let us understand the strategic and key UPSC pointers in this. The strategic pointers are regions lie close to the India-China-Nepal tri-jurisdiction. That is why it becomes high strategic importance. That is why this area has, see, this is China, this is Nepal, and this is India, and this is the region that we are talking about, and that is why it becomes highly strategically important. Lipulekh Pass, crucial for Kailash Mansarovar Yatra and Indo-China trade route. So this Lipulekh Pass is again very crucial for Kailash Mansarovar Yatra for Indians and also for India-China trade route. Dispute tests India-Nepal diplomatic sensitivity in an open border relationship, because we have open border relationship with Nepal. We do not have closed borders with Nepal. That is why this is diplomatically sensitive issue for India as well as for Nepal. Nepal shares 1850-kilometer border with 5 Indian states, and these 5 Indian states are Sikkim, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, and this is where the issue is arising right now. Now the issue is important for prelims because there are maps and locations, and for mains foreign policy boundary disputes, this issue becomes very important for you to understand. Now there's one more question that I want to raise here. Is Nepal in a position right now, because diplomatically it has such instability inside, that is Nepal in a position to have this fight with India, not exactly a literal fight, but even on diplomatic level, is Nepal in that situation right now? Do answer this in the comment section below. And moving forward, let us understand the MCQ for revision. So we have already covered this thoroughly in the topic, and this is a very simple question. Let's see who was listening attentively and who will be able to answer this question. The question is, which of the following tri-regions are Indian territories over which Nepal has raised claims? A. Kalapani, Lipulekh, Limpiyadhura. B. Lipulekh, Nathula, Kalapani, and C. Limpiyadhura, Jelepla, Lipulekh. D. Kalapani, Doklam and Lipulekh. So tell me the combination in the comment section below, and I think we have covered this topic in a multi-dimensional manner. We have already talked about what is the background of the issue. We have already talked about what is the current news, why it is in news. We have already talked about India-Nepal relations. We have already talked about India's stance and Nepal's stance on this. And now you also give us your opinions in the comment section below. Do answer this question. And that is it for today. I will see you in another deep dive video. Until then, bye-bye. Take care.